Hi everyone, I'm Felicia from Sweet Vireo Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a Latvian braid, or something that looks a lot like a Latvian braid, in the round. This is featured in my Fair Isle Windmill Mittens pattern, around the cuff particularly, and I'll put a link to this pattern in the description. The pattern will include, so this is entirely crocheted except for this part right here. On this version of the mittens, this part is knitted, and this is a traditional Latvian braid. My pattern will include both ways to do the cuff, the full crocheted version and the one that's a knit and a crochet. And that is what the crocheted Latvian braid will look like. So, to get started, this is just some DK yarn that I have created a small cuff with. This is single crochet, back loops only, done in flats, and then seamed together to form a ring. I've also at the top here gone around the top evenly in single crochet so that I have an even number of stitches. I have slipped back to the first stitch here to join, and then a single crochet. No, this is not a single crochet. This is a chain. Sorry, I chained up one. So to do the Latvian braid, the first step here, once you have this foundation, is to do a front post half double crochet around the single crochet from that foundation. Now, to finish the half double would be this last yarn over and then pull through. However, I'm going to do that with my contrast yarn. So that my stitch looks like that. And now I'm going to alternate doing front post half doubles all the way around that single crochet from the foundation, and alternating which color I'm doing them in. So let's do one in white. And I'm going to finish with the blue. Now it's important when you're doing all of this to keep all the yarn in the back. They will probably twist a little bit in the back, and that's okay. In the end, you should not need to untwist your skeins. All right, now I'm at the last stitch for the round. And just like with all the others, I'm going to finish it off using the other color. Last thing I'm going to do with this stitch is do a slip stitch to the first stitch to join. Now the second round for the Latvian braid involves using the third loop of the half double crochet stitch. So let's count some loops. So I'm going to use the white one here. I'm going to show you there. So this is the top of the stitch. So that's loop 1. That's loop 2. And if we tilt the stitch downward, so now we're kind of looking at the back of the stitch, that is loop 3. On the first stitch, that is loop 3. On the third stitch, loop 3, loop 3, loop 3, and so on. So we are going to do slip stitches all the way around into the third loop. And you can do that using the main color, you can do that doing the contrast color, whatever your pattern is calling for. Instinctively, I chained one after I finished this round, but I'm actually going to take that out. I typically do not do this slip stitch round starting with a chain. I just go straight into the slips. So this first one can be a little bit tricky. Try to move the yarn around. It's a little bit more visible. Not getting a good angle here. Make it visible. There we go. That is the third loop. Slip that. And then from here it should get a lot easier to see that third loop. Now, the reason why we do this as a slip and not, say, as a single crochet or whatever else is the next thing that's going to be stitched onto this is because when I was testing this out, if I went straight into a single crochet, you get much more of a gap here. That's not as visible when you just slip stitch this. So I felt for stability of these stitches, especially when you're using a thinner yarn, doing one round of slip stitch all the way around and then starting your pattern from that point is better. And then once you do the last stitch in the round, the last thing to do is go back to the very, very first slip and do a slip stitch to that one to join the round. And then from there, you can start the rest of the pattern. And that is how you do a Latvian braid in the round in crochet.